Hello, and welcome to Gaston Spotlight. I'm Jonathan Crane, and our guest today is the new Gaston College baseball coach, Shohn Doty. Mr. Doty comes to Gaston College from UNC Charlotte and brings 25 years of experience that includes coaching Houston Astros All-Star Justin Verlander while he was in college at Old Dominion. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, as you said, I've been a baseball lifer. I've had 4 different Division I college jobs. I've been a head coach at the community college level as well. I've coached at the Division II level. So pretty much any level of collegiate baseball, I've done it. And that shows in my age and my hairstyle. So excited about being here and looking forward to this challenge. One thing I can say is in all of my years of experience, this is something that I've never had the opportunity to do.
What brought you to Gaston College?
Well, I think that's a very good lead-in to why I'm here. I've always been at established programs and had the opportunity to help develop programs, but I've never been in a place where we haven't had a program. Starting from ground zero was intriguing to me. Having the opportunity to basically shape what Gaston College baseball is going to look like for the next 30 years is going to be determined in what we do as a staff the next 5 to 8 years. So just the opportunity to create a legacy a little bit as you get a little bit older, those challenges are more intriguing. And the support that we've gotten from everyone here on campus, from Dr. Hoosier all the way down, has been phenomenal. And the people that I talk to in the community are excited about Gaston College having an athletics and the revival of Gaston College athletics. And for me, it was just the challenge of doing something that I'd never had the opportunity to do.
Gotcha. So talking about your more established places, what was your favorite memory from your coaching career that you've had? Well,
I mean, golly, when you've done it as long as I have, there's been a few. But obviously coaching Justin Verlander, as you mentioned, was one of the highlights of my career. And having the opportunity to see him grow as a true freshman, he beat the University of Vanderbilt in his first ever collegiate start, 2-0, and beat a future first-round pick in the draft that day, threw all 9 innings. And as he was walking off the field, I asked him, I said, "How'd that feel?" And he said, "Just like it was supposed to." So I called home that night and said, "I think I'm coaching a future Hall of Famer," and it turns out I was probably right.
Spot on. Yeah.
Going to the NCAA tournament obviously is something that we all dream about, and I've had the opportunity to do that as well. So several different aspects at each place I've ever been to, but the bottom line has been that I've had really good kids, really good assistant coaches or coaches that I've worked with, and just the daily practices and going and making a difference in young men's lives has been fulfilling. And I tell people all the time, I don't really have a job. I don't come to work. I come to baseball and get to play a kid's game for a living. So it's really a neat opportunity.
Yeah. So talking about recruitment, how's recruiting going so far? You got any more Justin Verlanders coming to Gaston, or
Well, Justin was only throwing 80 when he got it. No, I'm kidding. He wasn't. He was already really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll ever be another Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
And I know you were joking with that question, but recruiting's going really well. We've been excited about. We've already signed 2 guys. We had 6 guys in on visits this week. We'll have continuing visits throughout the course of the next few weeks. Excited to finally get my staff in. We have my staff that's hired now. Both of those guys are currently playing at other institutions, so they have to get their seasons over before they can get here. But once we get our staff in place, I'll be excited about getting them on the road and getting them going. But I couldn't be happier with the response that we've gotten right now, from the standpoint of a lot of interest, a lot of texts, a lot of phone calls from area coaches, from coaches around the state. One of the good things about being a grizzled veteran, if you will, is most of the guys in the state of North Carolina know me. And the high school coaches as well as the 4-year coaches. So, there's a lot of phone work and a lot of time being spent. But we've offered 7 guys, and we've only been doing this for about 2 weeks. So
so good start so far.
Absolutely, and the quality level has been extremely high as well.
Yeah. So what should somebody do if they're interested in trying out for the team? And what are you looking for? What are you really looking for in a player that you're recruiting?
Well, I think obviously those are two different questions.
Yeah.
As far as if somebody wants to try out, we're open to any player coming and having an opportunity to try out. We're not going to turn anyone away. And I've learned that through the years. You never know what's going to be on campus. You never know who's already here, or maybe just didn't get the opportunity, or maybe didn't have the means to go somewhere else to play baseball. So we will have a tryout day. That will be posted. That will be after the semester starts. You have to be a full-time student to be eligible to play here. Okay. So, until we get the fall semester started, there's really no way that they can come and try out. Now, once they do that, we'll have a 2 or 3 day tryout if we have several people that are looking, and give them the opportunity to make our club. And golly, that would be great. It'd be a great story if we do have 2 or 3 that can help us. In answer to your second question, there's a lot of things. Everybody talks about tools, and the 5 tools are fairly well known. You got to be able to run, you got to be able to hit, you got to be able to hit with power, you got to have arm strength, and you got to be able to pick it up and throw it, play defense. So very rarely at our level do you get 5 tool players. Most of the time, what I tell our coaches is that we're looking for at least 2, maybe 3 of the 5, and then we try to develop the other 2. Mm-hmm. If a guy's a 5-tool player, he's not coming to Gaston College.
Right,
he's not coming to Vanderbilt. He's going to go sign and play professionally. So what we need to do is figure out what tools those young men have, what tools we think, and some of it may be, the power piece as far as a hitter goes, may be just as simple as getting in the weight room and getting stronger. Yeah. We're dealing with, 17, 18-year-old, sometimes 19-year-old kids. The development process takes some time. And that's one of the reasons that I enjoy the junior college aspect of it. We don't have to compete against, if you go to a 4-year school, you're 18 competing against a 22, 23-year-old man. And we all know there's a big difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference.
So here, you're competing against kids that are of the same age and probably of the same talent level. So then it just becomes a question of work ethic and how much you're willing to put in.
Preparing.
And if we get the right guys in here, and we're preparing the right way, then that's going to create competition within our team, which is going to continue to make us better.
Okay. Well, we're so excited to have you here at Gaston College, and the broadcasting program is very excited to be involved with sports at Gaston College.
Well, that's awesome. I can tell you right now that I've been so impressed. Having been to 4 or 5 different Division I universities, you guys are ahead of the game, and what you're doing right now is amazing. The fact that I'm sitting in here with all students and the questions that you're asking in the professional manner in which this has been done has been so impressive. And I just look forward to hopefully continuing our relationship and even growing it, and having a chance, possibly for you guys to come and videotape some practices and meet some of our players. The whole idea for me is for our community to get behind Gaston College athletics, and then specifically for me, Gaston College baseball. And you guys are having a huge impact on that and can make that possible. So for that, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Coach Doty.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching Gaston Spotlight.